What up, people, and welcome to another episode of Social Moments, where we deal with all kinds of online trends. If you are new here, be sure to hit the subscribe button, click on the bell, and click on all. Or you can wait after this video to decide if I'm worth it. So Sarkodie started this new year great, right? Like, he started this year not like walking or sprinting, but running. He got one of the biggest feature of his life with the legendary Bob Marley. I mean, he's dead and all, but it's still legendary, pretty much what Sarkodie has been able to achieve only at the start of this year. But a lot of people weren't so happy with Sarkodie featuring, the ghost of Bob Marley or whatever they say. And there's been a lot of back talk and trash talk at, Sarkodie for this feature. So, a lot of talks happened and we moved on also, I thought, because, Ghana, we did something come now, we go talk, something else come, we move on. And in the past week, a lot of more scandalous things have happened. So, I thought we were, done with this whole Sarkodie, Bob Marley featuring the ghost, blah, 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 and all the trash that came along with it. But nope, Blakk Rasta, the failed musician, Blakk Rasta, who turned radio presenter, decided to be a late entry into this whole conversation when I thought it was, done and dusted. But nope, he decided to add his voice on it on 3FM, and he pretty much trashed Sarkodie.
The holy music about Marley. Should I go deeper? It's like a king has been buried and you go and dig him up, steal his gold and diamonds that he's been buried with, urinate right into the grave. I mean, if there ever was a false equivalence, I know analogy and all of that, but this analogy don't even fit. Nobody went and desecrated anybody's memory or legacy. This ain't like Sarkodie, this ain't like Bob Marley song day, and Sarkodie decided to go pick it up and, make a cover of it, and this ain't nothing like that. Like, I'm not even like the biggest Sarkodie fan, but if I felt, say, if he did, and he went and picked this song from Bob Marley and did a cover and he operated I'll be one of the first people to sit here and tell you, say, you shouldn't have touched it. And I am a believer of that. But except this isn't the case, the point or what they were trying to achieve with this collaboration is what has eluded so many of you, and it's so simple. And I believe it has been achieved. The people, the handlers of this man's legacy, Bob Marley in family, they be the one who reached out to Sarkodie for this collab to even happen. So this ain't like he went and desecrated the memory of Bob Marley and disgraced himself, or Bob Marley and spit on his memory, or whatever Blakk Rasta is talking about. But let's continue watching it. Maybe he will see something sensible. Listen, it hurts me so much. I decided never to talk about this issue.
Well, congratulations. He's sure doing fantastic by not talking about it, right?
Great. The legacy of Bob Marley. What is special about what Sarkodie did? The one-way rap which has been on all these years.
Sarkodie allowed himself to be used to desecrate the legacy of Bob Marley. Charlie, can we just stop with the pretense? I mean, that is the whole point here. The envy. Envy is what is going on here. They sit there and talk as if, again, like the song was there, no fire, no, and I saw a cover. No, again, the family reached out to him, and you saying that he allowed himself to be used to desecrate the memory of Bob Marley is blaming the family pretty much. He thinks he knows better than the handlers of Bob Marley's legacy, aka his family. They keep talking about desecrating his legacy, desecrating his memory, as if to say, Sarkodie didn't do well on the song. That's the point a lot of them keep making, that, he didn't do well. Even Blakk Rasta himself, he said somewhere along this video, said it be 2x4 or something. And I keep hearing it and I just don't understand. Like, you people expected somebody to jump on Bob Marley's song and outdo Bob Marley? Like, is it the point you're trying to make, that you expected Sarkodie to outdo Bob Marley? Heck, Damian Marley, the direct descendant of Bob Marley, could have done a cover, could have done the remix or whatever of this song, of his father's song. And guess what? He wouldn't have been able to hold up a torch to his father's legacy. He wouldn't have been able to even be at par with the legendary studies of Stir It Up. He wouldn't.
But alas, that wasn't the point. It's like that's what these people keep missing. That wasn't the point. The point of this feature, the point of this cover, the point of this remix wasn't for them to find somebody who can rejuvenate Stir It Up. Stir It Up is timeless. It ain't getting old in a century. It's not gonna happen. The legacy of that song is never gonna be wiped off the face of this earth until the earth crumbles. It ain't gonna happen. So the point wasn't for them to find somebody to like do something so it awakes in people's memory or rejuvenate it or anything. No, because if you haven't been paying attention, Ghana has been doing this thing for a couple of years now. You know, in the name of the year of return and beyond the return, in case you people haven't been paying attention or your mind is so myopic and your hatred, you know, seeps so deep within you that it doesn't even allow you to see the point of things, the reason why this thing was done even in the first place. It wasn't for them to find somebody who would outdo Bob Marley or bring life back into Stir It Up. The song is as young as it was when it was first made. The point is to bridge gaps. In case you haven't noticed, Ghana has been like the gateway of Africa lately. There's been this connection, trying to reconnect with people of the diaspora, trying to bridge gaps for what happened 400, 500 years ago, the transatlantic slavery. And of course, when you look at the face of Ghana, the face of the Ghanaian music, it's Sarkodie, another thing they hate so much. These kind of people who are parading themselves around like they are speaking some facts. Ghana, the face of this Ghanaian music industry, whether you like it or not, outside there, most times, you know, it be Sarkodie, the way his face did there, the outside recognition, the awards, etc., etc. So, of course, when the estate of Bob Marley or the family came to seek somebody out here on the gateway of Africa, Ghana, they are gonna take the face of this country as far as music is concerned, and whether you like it or not, which these people clearly don't, that person is gonna be Sarkodie. And the point of this feature was to bridge gaps. It wasn't for them to find somebody who could do it like Bob Marley did it. It is like literally impossible for that to happen. I don't know how you people, these simple facts keep evading them. That wasn't the point. This whole agenda of he desecrating his memory. You don't know better than the family. You don't want better than the family for Bob Marley's legacy. You, some stranger where you did here, and you do not want better for him or his memory than they do. You simply do not.
When Bob Marley was alive, what did he say? When Bob Marley was alive, what did he say about his music? He said, and I quote, "You can't love me music if you love Barry White music."
You see the parallel he's trying to draw here with this whole Bob Marley saying you cannot love my music if you love Barry White's music. It all boils down to what I'm saying. I mean, if they are gonna come to Africa or Ghana to find somebody to feature on a Bob Marley song, I mean, logically, you would think it's gonna be somebody who does a similar genre of music as Bob Marley did, aka reggae. And this whole people parading themselves as the epitome of reggae or dancehall music in Ghana and in Africa, no, they are so pained that if such opportunity is gonna come, it didn't come to them because they claim or, you know, see themselves as the custodians of reggae and dancehall in this country. So if a feature with somebody with like Bob Marley is gonna come to this country, it should pass through their background for them to be the people to jump on it. This whole you can't love me if you love Barry White's music is what he's trying to get at. They are so pissed that somebody of Sarkodie's caliber, a rapper, was the person who was picked as a representation when these people came down here to Ghana to pick somebody to feature on a Bob Marley song. They are so pained that it wasn't them who were picked. They are so pained that it didn't come to them, but they are trying to hide behind it with quotes and facade. Like, bro, shut up. And you easier and Kenya is out to radio so. And you easier and you sang out to radio. If we say the songs where this person do, Blakk Rasta do no, and who sika and feeding our pan or crown here to me talk. Onyom enye de onyom entumi nya hwe nti no waje out to radio so every day you are running your fucking mouth, and that's the fact of the matter. Like, you keep hearing him spouting such ignorance like some epitome of, you know, great music, and then you go and benefit of the doubt and everything. So you go looking for his music to listen. Like, wow, this guy is really pissed. A Rasta man who is a musician, who is talking down on Sarkodie, featuring Bob Marley. So maybe you should have gone to him because he's a reggae musician. Maybe he would have done more justice to it. So you go searching for his song to listen, and people, this is what you come across.
Fatio, Ankuma.
Yeah, I had to stop it there. We 2x4 I had to stop it there because I'm not getting this video copyright claimed. Now Queen's Kakrana possibly come off it, seriously, we always on radio running his mouth about virtually everything in this country, and he can't even back it up. And you to easier and you understand to radio so every day you're talking crap about other people's achievements. Like the things I could have achieved, if you take it year by year, crampoa, you know, best pass or career. So you can be pissed all you want. At the end of the day, Sarkodie, like it or not, happens to be one of the biggest or the face of this country's music. And again, the purpose that seems to have eluded so many people in this whole discourse about this whole stirred up feature with Sarkodie and Bob Marley is that it was done to bridge gaps. They weren't out there or out here looking for somebody to surpass Bob Marley. If they wanted somebody to do something extraordinary and rejuvenate it or something, maybe they would have let Damian Marley even do it, his son. They came here, picked Sarkodie because they were trying to achieve something. It ain't just about the song, it's about a culture. They are trying to build worlds, they are trying to build bridges between Africans and the diaspora and connecting each other. That has been a sentiment, one of the best things, probably the only thing good about this government. One of the greatest things it has been able to achieve is reconnecting Ghanaians or Africans with the diasporans. And I feel like this feature was meant to enshrine in that project. It was made to bolster it. That was the whole point. And so no, they weren't looking for Sarkodie. Yeah, I sound like a broken record because I don't see how this simple fact has escaped so many people. They weren't looking for somebody to outshine Bob Marley or do as good as Bob Marley did when the song was made. Sarkodie was picked, knowing them was on your reggae musician, but a rapper mostly, and still he was picked. So you can continue to sit in your 2x4 radio station programs and be annoyed and whatnot and trying to pass this your hatred, your envy, your sentiments off as some facts. But at the end of the day, the achievement of Sarkodie, you don't even come close to his shadow. The point of this song, what it was meant to achieve, it has been achieved. So Bob Marley, I don't believe he's turning in his grave over this feature. Matter of fact, I think he would appreciate what his family is doing with his legacy. Because in case you people don't know, Bob Marley was all about emancipating the black race. And emancipating the black race don't get any better than reconnecting diasporans to their true ancestry, to their true roots. So like it or not, the purpose of this song, I believe, was achieved to create bridges. So Blakk Rasta and every other shameful, hate-filled, so-called, hiding behind desecration of the legend's memory and blah, 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 to spew their hatred, you people can go and die. Seriously, shut the fuck up. And you told you easier, and we would have seen you selling arenas. By the way, Sarkodie is about to start his world tour or whatever. I mean, the man is on fire. Jams bombs this Bob Marley feature, and now he's about to go around the world. So yeah, anticipate. So yeah, this has been a social moment. Again, leave a comment, make I hear what you feel about this situation. Make sure to like this video, and yeah, was I worth it? If you want to subscribe, you can finally subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, click on the bell, and click on all. If you don't do the rest, I said there was a couple money when catch you later.